So I know a lot of people. It's almost like, when you've been in a season for a little bit, after a while, you kind of like get bored of the season. At least that's how I feel like when you watch like social media. And so then people are kind of like rushing into the next season. I don't know. I've been enjoying summer. It's not my favorite season. We are now going into my favorite season, which is fall. And I'm very excited for fall. And I'm finally just now getting into the fall spirit of things. Like, I'm super excited for fall. I don't know about anybody else, but I have 3 kids, and they're starting to get to that age where like you can start doing slowly, not all of the fun stuff for fall, but you can start doing fun fall stuff. And so I'm super excited because we'll be going places with them. So fragrances, right? Because you wear fragrances when you go outside and about. So I'm going to talk about 10 fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing. I did wear a couple of these like a couple times in the summer, but it just was really hot. So these are definitely more of like a cooler weather fragrances. This morning I woke up to go feed the chickens, and it was cool outside, guys. It was 55 degrees. I was like, fall is coming. Fall is coming. I feel like August is like that month where it's like it's technically still summer, but fall is right there, like half summer, half fall. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's come actually kind of like swift. But maybe that's just because I am gardening, so I'm seeing um the difference much easier because I'm outside so much. But yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I've really fallen headfirst into this gardening thing. So buying fragrances in the last, I want to say 4 months, 3 months, let's say 3 months, hasn't been my priority. I haven't really seen anything that I'm super excited about. I know that the brand that dropped, Bianca Latte, is dropping like I think a caramel fragrance. There's a few fragrances I noticed, and I was like, oh, you know, um, this is interesting, but not enough that I feel like, oh my goodness, I must have this. Not, let's see. I guess I'm just not thoroughly impressed. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Simone Paris looks like they dropped. Okay, Gucci dropped one. Carolina Herrera, Good Girl, Color Mania. Matier Premier dropped some new fragrances. Ex Nihilo. Let's see what that is. I don't remember seeing that one. Basically, 111,000 fragrances have dropped this year, which is no surprise. Every month, several drops. Good Girl, Color Mania, Tuberose, Almond, Jasmine Sandbag, Tonka Bean, and Cacao. I honestly, it sounds good. Is it anything new? No. And I'm starting to understand where like the older, or not older, but like the more seasoned fragrance collectors, when they're like, oh, everything is the same, it's boring, it's the center third. I don't really want, I'm still haven't quite hit that solidly. But I'm definitely in that era where I'm like, I'm not, if you already have a nice collection, I don't really see it. Hello, everyone. I'm not really throwing any new fragrances at you, if you will. Like, oh, you have to try this. People are saying this reminds them of Janoon Noir. No, excuse me, Janoon Rose, as well as the original Carolina Herrera. So anyway, let's jump into the 10 fragrances that I was talking about. Since we're talking about Carolina Herrera, I actually have here the original Good Girl. I I am super excited to go back to wearing this. I say that, but the line is down here. So I'm unsure how many wears I'm going to get out of this. I think I'm at the point where maybe for this second half of the year, I'm going to just try to empty out fragrances. There are 2 fragrances that I have my, there's 4, but 2 I intend to buy personally that I have my eye on. But outside of that, I'm going to try to start emptying fragrances. So you'll see videos, I guess, updates on how much I've used of fragrances. But this one is a good one. I know that there's people that talk crap about it. I think once you get to smelling something too often, you know what I mean? It gets boring, it gets overdone, it's too much. So I understand why some people have an issue with this, but I still like it. Where I live, I'm not saying people don't wear perfume. People, I'm sure, like, they do, but it's not like a big thing, okay? I live around a lot of farms and stuff, so I don't get the chance to get tired of fragrances at the rate that I think people who live in more, like, city-like areas do. So that's the first one. An oldie but a goodie. I'm drinking some lemon zinger. So good. Another somewhat oldie but a goodie is this here. This is Black Opium, but this is the extreme. I know. There's a lot of people who are like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. This is so overdone. This is XYQZ. I'm starting to honestly feel like, I feel like there's people that, there's enough people who jump on getting newer fragrances versus people who like keep reusing the same fragrances, that it's okay if you really like an older fragrance. Like, nothing is wrong with that. I love this. Oh my gosh, this is this is so good. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I like the smell of coffee, and this is definitely super rich coffee with a lot of like creamer in it. It's almost like if you like the pumpkin spice lattes and all of those things, I know the season is coming, then I feel like this is something that you kind of would like. Hello, we're just talking about 10 fragrances that I'm super excited to be able to wear again. This is just way too strong and potent and punchy to wear in the hot weather. I mean, I could wear it technically now, because it's like, I feel like we've settled into the 80s, the 80 degrees, you know what I mean? One other one, I love this fragrance, and I know it's also very strong for a lot of people. This is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. I think a lot of people prefer the purple bottle. I love this one. And this 30 ml is probably gonna last me forever, because 2 sprays of this and I smell this for like 3 business days on my clothes. Lord, this is good. Which one is your favorite? I don't really have a favorite fragrance. I feel like after you reach like that 50 plus range, getting a favorite is hard, and I'm in the 100 plus range. So it depends on the situation. If you have a specific situation you want to ask me about, I can talk about my favorite, maybe top 3. I love this. This is, I've noticed I like the scent profile when it's sweet with spicy or like super punchy nuances, and that's what I kind of get in here. I think there's like a truffle or something in this. It's definitely super different, but there are gourmand notes in this. Now, for my skin, well, I don't really spray too much on my skin anymore, but just on me, gourmand notes pull very strong for me, like super strong. So even if a fragrance has like super spices in there, if it has any lick of gourmand touches, you're gonna smell it on me. And I've gotten 2 compliments. This is not a major compliment getter for me, but I feel like I smell sexy. But I've gotten 2 compliments on this. Now, I feel like when you want to smell super strong or wear a fragrance that like many people aren't wearing, but you still want to get compliments, mix it with something easy, something simple, something that is gourmand and basic, because that's the majority of people. They're gonna like that gourmand, basic, or super fresh smelling fragrances. So something that I've gotten a ton of compliments on, and I'm on my 2nd bottle, is Burberry Goddess. I do wear this in the summertime, but this is one of my top compliment getters for 2024 so far. This gets me a ton of compliments. Like I said, I've went through a 1 fluid ounce bottle of this, and you can see I'm putting a dent in this. Now, what's interesting about this one is the scent that people are getting from this is very varying. So I guess not very varying, but there's two different types of people who compliment me on, or two different scents that people are getting when they compliment me on this. The one is the sweetness of it. They're like, oh, you just smell so sweet and nice. The other one is, oh, you smell nice and fresh and not too dramatic, which is very interesting to me because I don't take this for a fresh fragrance. Now, there is lavender in here though, so maybe some people are really pulling that lavender smell, and then other people are pulling all of the vanillas. But to me, there is a fresh texture to this, but also a very sweet texture to this, without being tooth achingly I need to go to the dentist type of sweet. You know what I mean? Like we love Bianca Latte, we love like all of the super sweet fragrances, but when you want a sweet fragrance that has fresh qualities to it, that it seems super simple, but it's very easy grab, but also works in several different situations, I would go grab Burberry Goddess. Honestly, the situations I would grab, like Gentle Fluidity Gold, in similar situations I would grab this fragrance. Gentle Fluidity Gold is a little more, you know what I mean? It just has a little more to it in terms of smelling like a grown woman, but this is still very lovely. It's that easy grab, but any situation, whether you're going somewhere simple, right, or you're going somewhere high, like upscale, I don't think I don't know, I've never had a problem with grabbing this or feeling like it's not enough. So I think this was a great release, Burberry Goddess, because I know that a lot of people felt like Burberry Goddess is super basic. And if you have a 200 or 100 plus fragrance collection, I'm not surprised that that's how you feel, only because you have a lot of fragrances. So there are other fragrances you kind of link to this, but when it comes to easy pickup, right, especially for the average consumer, like, how do I grab, where can I grab these fragrances that a lot of fragrance YouTubers get? A lot of us get our fragrances online. Like, so we have websites that we we trust to give us real authentic fragrances at a fraction of the price, but not everybody is comfortable in doing so or has the patience to wait for the fragrances to come. So in person would be the best, and not everybody has those high-end stores and malls, right? So places like Sephora and Macy's are the most readily accessible for a lot of people, and you can get Burberry Goddess there, you know what I mean? So yeah, I love it. If you like Libre, or you felt like Libre needed a little more sweetness, maybe look at Burberry Goddess. If you like Mon Guerlain, or maybe Mon Guerlain was slightly too sweet thick for you, try Burberry Goddess, excuse me. So another one that I really like, this is definitely an older fragrance, super excited to wear this. I think I wore this once, it was too strong, it was just too much. This is Wanted Girl by Azzaro. Guys, so there's a powdery touch in this that gives it a little bit of a grown woman scent to my nostrils. I feel like it wasn't like that before, but it definitely is getting super thick and sweet. But there is a slightly spiced grown scent to this. So this is ginger flower, orange blossom, pink pepper, pomegranate. I don't smell any. Well, what does pomegranate smell like? Dulce de leche, datura, tonka bean, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. So there is a floral aspect to this for sure. I don't want to spray this on myself. I'm going to smell like this all day. It smells like caramel. I don't really get this uber creamy smell, but it smells like caramel. There's a brightness in here. There's a slight spice to this. It's lovely. There's a little bit, let it dry down, you get a little bit of the woody textures to this. This is, oh my gosh, and this lasts forever. Now, I do think it's gonna last on you, but if it doesn't, it might just be the notes, but I will be surprised if it doesn't, only because notes like patchouli and vetiver and orange blossom are very strong and very potent. So, oh, some notes are just stronger and more long lasting than others, and those are some very long lasting notes. The dulce de leche, I mean, it just smells like caramel to me. It's caramel, it's gooey, it's sweet, it's floral, it's a little bright with a pinch of spice. This is sexy. I've gotten compliments on this. I've also oversprayed this. So definitely have to take time when putting this on. I'm just telling it like it is. You know what I mean? Another one that I'm super excited for. Oh, actually, I have a. Well, I don't know what I did with mine. I mean, I have a ton of places where it could be, so I'll look for it because I don't actually want to spray it. But I'm gonna talk about another fragrance really quick. This is actually something I bought from my uncle, so I have to get it to him. But my family, okay, my family is just people who just like to smell good. That's just something that I grew up around, which might be the reason why I have a love for fragrances, right? And he hasn't he said I smell good before, but I got a compliment from him once, like a big compliment. And then the next time I saw him, I made a point to wear the fragrance again, the same exact fragrance in the same exact way I did, and he complimented me again. So I just went ahead and bought this for him. This is Sator by Lattafa. Guys, I have to find what on, I don't want to drop this and bust this, what on earth I did with mine. I got not only compliments from him, I just want to mention that because he's not, he just is not a major fragrance complimenter. So the fact that he gave me 2 compliments on this one fragrance, I have to buy another one for myself. This is amazing. Guys, it's oh gosh, it's apple, it's cinnamon, it's spice, like not spicy spice, like what the spices you use to put into desserts. There's something slightly boozy about it. It's, oh, I missed this. I didn't really wear this much at all, I feel like, in the summertime. This is definitely a fall scent and winter holiday scent for me, 1010%. It's sweet, but not heavy. It's sweet, boozy, and spiced. I haven't worn this in so long. I have to look up. I have to find my bottle. Peach, cardamom, blood orange, heliotrope, rum, and brandy. That's why it smells boozy. Divana, jasmine, vanilla, benzoin, cashmere wood, sandalwood, vetiver, styrax, patchouli, labdanum, and tonka bean. This is one of 2. Yeah, no, you have to, like, Sator. I think I got it for like $20 or $25, girl. And this is 100 ml. It's amazing. It's delicious. It's phenomenal. And I got a ton of compliments on this last fall. It's sexy. It's grown person. I think a man could wear this. I think it leans slightly feminine, but a man could definitely wear this. And I mean, a man really could wear whatever, and a woman could wear whatever. There's definitely a lot of notes that I really like that is unisex typically concerned type of notes. But all of the woody notes at the base of this, the patchouli, the vanilla, all the boozy notes really make this last so long. I have, guys, so long. But something about this to me reads browns and blacks and creams and oranges and deep reds. You know what I mean? Like all the colors of fall. And I do think it's a holiday scent too, like Christmas time. Oh, those would be really nice to go into the new year. I don't even know what I'm about to do for the new year because I have kids. So I would like to go somewhere with my husband, but I would also like to take my kids. So I have to figure that out. Anyway, this is a scent I would go into the new year with for sure. Oh, it's just so good. But I bought it for him. I bought it for him a long time ago, guys. Like, I think it was for the new year. I bought this and I was supposed to give it to him as like a late Christmas present. But it just hasn't happened yet. But I did spray this a couple times because when you get Middle Eastern fragrances, you have to spritz them a few times and then let it set. So by the time he gets this, which hopefully will be actually very soon, I should be seeing him very soon, this is ready and set to go for him to wear. So I'm obsessed with this fragrance. This is definitely one of my favorite purchases of last year. Great fragrance. Amazing fragrance, if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Another one, and like, okay, so before I move on, obviously this is Camera. We all know what this is. These two are along the same veins. Now, if you want a brighter, fruitier take, go with Sator. If you want a richer, deeper, spiced, more spiced version, go with Kamra. Kamra is that girl. She was very popular, and I am not surprised at all. I'm not gonna be surprised if Sator and Kamra by Lattafa come back as something that a lot of fragrance YouTubers talk a lot about this coming fall, because I mean, Angel Share is just a super popular fragrance. Sator by Lattafa is like Bitter Peach by Tom Ford. It's along those lines, but those all wrap up into this very fall, delicious, delectable, amazing, grown, sweet scent profile that is different, but within like cousins, if that makes sense. This, oh no. When you let fragrances sit, fragrances are like wine. They get better with time. You know what I mean? And I'm oh, this is, wow. Now, on this channel, I'm all about looking good, feeling good, and smelling good at affordable prices, right? Or mostly affordable prices, I'm gonna say, because what's considered affordable is different for everyone, right? 100 at this point, $50 and under is truly affordable as far as I'm concerned. $100 and under, though, we're looking at regular pricing of most things. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of these niche fragrances and even some designer at this point are around the $200 range, which is absolutely insane. That's for some smelly water. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. That pricing is absolutely insane. You can smell good at a fraction of those prices. This, I think, is $40. Actually, I don't know what it's going for now. At Joma Shop has it for $32 right now. Oh my goodness. This is phenomenal. No, I don't want to win. Okay. This is so good, and for under $40, and it's 100 ml, I think this is very much giving unisex. Now, if I was pressed to pick if it leans one way or the other, I'm gonna say it leans slightly, I don't know. I feel like it leans slightly feminine, only because it's very sweet, but it has those spices that you put in your desserts. So you have cinnamon, nutmeg, bergamot, dates, praline, tuberose, mahonial, vanilla, tonka bean, amberwood, myrrh, benzoin, and akigala wood. I actually am going to talk about a bonus fragrance. Actually, probably going to talk about 2 bonus fragrances. It's not going to just be 10 fragrances, because it's for... which one would you think it's for going out to go shopping? What do you mean? Like just going out to the like malls and stuff? I say pick one, either one, Sator or Kamra. I do think it's hard. I don't think this one smells super boozy. Kamra is not as boozy as Sator. Sator is definitely boozy. I don't really get a boozy-esque vibe. This is more, good morning. Hi, California. I don't really get this is deeper, richer scent. The Sator is a strong but brighter scent. I guess more fruity. Whereas this one have more of a dessert type of feel to it, right? There's no pumpkin in here, but follow me for a second. Think along the lines of like a pumpkin pie. You can get one of those basic pumpkin pies from like the grocery store, and they'll taste fine. Very simple, whatever. You can also get like Granny's pumpkin pie. You can also get like Granny's pumpkin pie, where like she uses all of those spices, like the vanilla, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, all those delicious things. Well, that's not nice to say, but if that's what you think, that's okay. It's super sweet, dessert like, honestly amazing. The myrrh in here and the benzoin and the tonka. Honestly, the whole base notes really make this rich and decadent, and I've gotten a compliment with this for sure, and I think after it's been sitting, it's gotten even better. I truly also think this is a good gift to give, guys, under $40. This is really nice, and it gets better as you let it sit, and it's also just the packaging is really nice. I love Sator by Lattafa. The packaging is cute, but this is even better. Obviously, it's mimicking Angel Share. I feel like Angel Share, isn't there like apple? It's like an apple pie. There's none of the apple smell in here, but I really like this. So, and it's a fraction of the price. So, boom. The next one, and I think you're gonna see a bit of a theme. I do like the sweet fragrances that have spices in it. This is expensive though, and I actually have a dupe for you because I got this as a gift from my husband for Christmas. So you don't have to buy this. I know, actually, I haven't watched fragrance perfume YouTubers in a while, but back in like when I was watching it a couple months ago, I noticed something when it comes to men and women. When it came to a lot of the female YouTubers for that did perfume, they talked a lot about the very expensive fragrances, and I know that there are sales, but the sales will put them at go from insanely expensive to just regular expensive, and everybody's pockets are different, so that's perfectly fine. But you don't have to buy this. You can get this dupe. Hold on. This is a dupe for this. This is Dua's The Eagle Has Landed. And oh, did I tell you what this is? This is a Parfum de Marly Altair. This is an they did a big one with this. I also heard that Ben's Black is a dupe for the that came out first, then this one dropped. But I've heard that they smell similar. Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Club Black supposedly smells very similar to this. Not a big fan of the bottle of the Mercedes-Benz Black, but I think I'm gonna end up purchasing it only because I really like this scent profile, and I am here on this big I'm here. So the thing I do is if I end up being blessed with the original bottle from a family member, I end up getting the dupe. Or I might have already owned the dupe, and I spray both. So I will douse myself in the dupe and then come back with a couple spritzes of the original just to prolong the life of the original. Now, I don't really feel like there is any dupe that is 1000% identical in terms of across the board, whether that's longevity, projection, the scent, the way at which the scent goes through its process as it lasts on your skin, right? Because you have the opening notes, the middle notes, the base notes, right? A lot of dupes skip the opening and hit the mid notes or the base notes, and a lot of them will rush quicker through the process. Either way, it works just fine. It's not the end of the world, but I love both, but there is some differences. So what does Altair or the Eagle Has Landed smell like? It is this spicy, sweet, warm, absolutely perfection of a fragrance. So cinnamon, cardamom, orange blossom, bergamot, bourbon vanilla, elemi, praline, musk, gaiac wood, candied almond, and tonka. Guys, a lot of fragrances are just using similar notes because they're just very popular, right? Absolutely delicious. Delicious but grown. The gaiac wood, the ambroxan, and the elemi, I think, really just make this smell. I thought this was spilling on me. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's very smooth. There is a very sweet texture, but it's a soft sweetness. It's not like tooth achingly sweet. It's sweet, it's smooth, it's a little spiced, it is woody, but not in a sense that makes you feel like a man. So I was very surprised when this was put in this bottle. I'm saying it's like for men. Yeah, Oriental vanilla fragrance for men. I definitely don't think so. I think a man could wear this, but this is giving very much so unisex. They could have put this in their atypical woman's bottle, right? And it would have still sold, and the men would have bought it regardless. Honestly, I think so. It's everyone can wear this fragrance. I don't know what made them feel like maybe the Gaiac would, but all of these notes have been used in female fragrances, so I'm unsure where they were going with the thought process, because I think this color bottle would be fire in their original packaging. This is also very lovely. Now, what this is, the indifference is, it's just a much stronger version of that. So it's much more punchy. It's not as subtle. It's almost like new money versus old money, but they all try to hold themselves in somewhat similar fashion. So whereas maybe you're not seeing the brand name all over the place, stamped all over the place, just know that that t-shirt that you're looking at that looks like a regular t-shirt costs buku money. It's made of the finest fabric, yada yada yada. Newer money, you're gonna see a little bit of the name brand, on the articles of clothing, and it's still very lovely. It's still this sweet, spiced, woody scent that is absolutely amazing, and it's literally a fraction of the price. I think the Ben's Black one is like $50 or 60, 50 to $60, which is still under the $100 range. So, but this is, I think, 45. If you wait for the sales, you can get this for like $40. So even more affordable. And this is extrait. It is only 1.1 fluid ounces, but it's extrait, so it lasts even longer. It's just very strong. I don't have the Ben's Black to compare, but this is so strong. So I would give like 3 sprays of this, 1 or 2 sprays of the original, because it also dries a little differently, but it's still close enough. It's very close enough. Let's wrap up with the last 2, because that was kind of like an addition. But this is Lattafa's Chic Al Shayuk Gold. That's one time for the one time I'm going to say that. This is sweet, it's wispy. If there is not saffron in here or whatever, I'm super surprised. It's sweet, it's wispy. I think there's a little leather in here. This is sexy. It is Chic Al Shayuk Gold. They have a silver, so this one is the gold one. Oh gosh, guys, it's so lovely. Caramel, saffron, suede, leather, tonka bean, vanilla, amber, musk. It's super smooth. It's like sugar, like white sugar, and caramel. It's delicious. It's delectable. It's sexy, but there's a wispiness to it that I feel like I get from saffron very often. I could have worn this in the summer. The situation with leather and suede, it's very strong, but the saffron makes it wispy, but it can just still be a little too much when the heat was baking. You know what I mean? So now is the time to start wearing this, and this lasts forever. Forever. Like, you have to wash your clothes. This is at Joma Shop for $40. So under $50. This is 100 ml. This thing is huge. It's weighty. I think the packaging is super cute and luxe. Yes, your fingerprints can get on this, but it's a simple wiping and it comes off. I just think this is super cute, to be honest with you. And the last fragrance I wanted to talk about today is L'Interdit by Givenchy. This is an older fragrance. I love this. I am not a big fan of tuberose. This is one of the first fragrances, if not the first fragrance, that had me looking at tuberose like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something about it that is lovely. It's slightly bubblegummy texture, but it's almost grapey. Like, it's an interesting thing that they did with this that I'm unsure how they got that scent profile. Hey, what's up? So there's pear, bergamot, tuberose, orange blossom, jasmine sambac, patchouli, vanilla, and Broxton and vetiver. There are times when the older school one is just that girl, and this is one of those times. She's just that girl. I feel like I got this from Sephora, so it might. Oh, so this is definitely at Macy's. I feel like I got this at Sephora. I don't know if Sephora's. I feel like the last time I was there, which was only like a month or two ago, was still at Sephora. So you can go look, get a smell. Lord, you can get this for under $100 at Max Aroma. At Macy's, it's going to run you a lot of money, but it's probably the... I'm thinking this is the 100 ml. Correct. So the 100 ml is $130, so it's over $100, but it's the big one. This is the smaller one. This is the 1 fluid ounce, guys, and I've worn this quite a many times, and it's still here because I just don't feel like you need a lot of this at all. It's very strong. I think it's the pear working in tandem with the tuberose to make that grapey smell almost. It's very lovely. Very demure. Very mindful. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today, was those 10 fragrances that I am super excited to wear this coming fall. Well, now. I know I used to have Kismet Angel, or Kismet? I think so, which is like an Angel Share dupe. That one leans more masculine, so I no longer have that in my collection. I gave that away to my brother. But if you like that one, it's also along the lines of the Camera vibe. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the like button, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We talk all things looking good, feeling good, and smelling good here. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.